I'll be the first one to admit it. I'll be the first one to admit it. This Ty West trilogy, I was not a fan of X. I thought Pearl was a little bit better because of Mia Goth alone. Even the weird scarecrow scene and stuff like that really did rub me the wrong way. But now, MaXXXine, did my opinion change on this trilogy? Let's. Chase Lee Hockey here with the Blue Futon reviewing MaXXXine with a triple X. So what's it about? Pretty simple premise. This is after X, not Pearl, because technically Pearl is the prequel to X about the old lady in X. And now we are in MaXXXine, where she was in the porn industry and now she wants to make it big, and she got this role for a horror movie. But now Kevin Bacon is a PI and someone is following her, and there is death around every corner, and who she loves, people are dying. And did I like this one? I think I liked it the best out of the three. I know that's going to be blasphemy for some people, because some people absolutely love the first. They love Pearl. But I felt like this one was the most down-to-earth / believable / non-weirdest one. Yes, there were some weird choices with who the bad guy was, which you kind of know who the bad guy was because it really kind of tells you in the first 3 minutes of the film. And then what is actually occurring throughout. I mean, there's a graphic scene that has to do with a heel. I'll give it that. And something that happens at the very end. Pretty good gore when it comes to that. I do feel like the end, though, was rushed with some of the characters and what occurred to them. And I was thinking, oh, that's how we're ending these characters? And it just felt like, oh, kind of unfulfilling. Also, just with what this cult is and what it was trying to portray with these people involved, because it really doesn't expand on it. Yes, they talk about, they have real footage of, like, the Marilyn Manson stuff. You have the Night Stalker. You have, music in the days, like, oh, music, Satan, music. But it doesn't really go much deeper into that. There is some religious elements to it about, atheism versus Christianity. But then just, it's a lot of moving parts and a lot of storytelling that Ty West wanted to say, but I don't know if it was fully across overall. Mia Goth, her best one is Pearl. I'll give it that. Her monologue at the end of Pearl, her staring at the camera for like 7 minutes straight. There's not a lot Mia Goth can't do that's not already in Pearl. I mean, she was fantastic in Infinity Pool. She was good in X. She was really good in MaXXXine, but her performance in Pearl was the best one out of the trilogy. So when you go into this, you're going to like the 80s vibe. It almost felt like the whole 70s vibe as well, with the whole porn industry, the whole graphic of sexuality that was going on in the 70s and 80s, but it felt like it transferred from the East Coast to the West Coast, from the East Coast from the 70s to the West Coast in the 80s. But I could be completely wrong. What do I know? I was born not at that time of 85, so what do I know? But this does do good with the cinematography, with the look of the film. And I know some people are saying it's dark. Well, that's what I didn't mind, because there's neon lights. And you can actually see what is going on. With X, that was the lighting. I absolutely hated the lighting in X. Hated it. But this one, you actually see what's going on. And the assembly cast is better, which I didn't know that Kid Cudi actually executive produced this one. But you have Elizabeth Debicki. She's from The Crown. Then you have Esposito. Then you have Kevin Bacon. And then, like you said, you have Michelle Monaghan. You have Bobby Cannavale. You have Halsey, which she's a singer, but I don't know exactly who Halsey is in this movie. Lily Collins. So it's a lot of good actors in this movie. Like I said, I think to me, the gore was good. Especially something in the back of an X slash. You're just like, ugh, there's a lot of slashing in this movie. I just think who the person was and the overall reasoning, and it just didn't connect with me, especially with what this person was supposedly done in the past and what he's doing now to save people. I don't know. It just felt forced and just awkward at the same time. I'll just say one thing. This movie throws a lot at you, but don't expect a lot of it to connect or have to do with the main storyline. And that's going to bother some people, or it's just not going to. And to me, it really didn't. I kind of enjoyed that they had the Night Stalker in the background because the tension, it could be that person or another person or another person. So I did like that, even though it doesn't really connect with the storyline, I still enjoyed it through in and throughout. And that's not what I mean by Night Stalker connecting. It does connect. I mean other parts of the movie as well. So overall, MaXXXine, I think it's a fine movie. I do think it is better than X for sure. I'll probably have to rewatch Pearl, but as you can see, I didn't do a back-to-back-to-back rewatch with this one because I was going to wait for A24 triple pack with the 4X or 4K, release. It's going to happen. That's just my gut feeling. But I think MaXXXine's a fine time. People that like the other two are going to like it, but I did hear a lot of yawns in this audience. So MaXXXine will receive a 3.5 out of 5 Futons, which equals at 70%. So see the critics and user scores gave this one. So you have critics a 74% with 146 of them. Audience score 80% with up 50. Critic consensus. Intoxicating with a maximalist style, MaXXXine is an uneven but vibrant pache that drives a stiletto. Stiletto through Hollywood's heart. Yeah, you could call this movie kind of anti-Hollywood for what it actually did. But yeah, Stiletto, there's a reason why they said that. Anyway, 73, 80, 70. Chase Liaki here, the Blue Futon. Like, comment, subscribe. One other things, Bluefutontopia. You Bluetonians, thank you for watching. Have a great day. I don't care if I watch this tape tomorrow, week from now, month, or a year from now, every single freaking one of you. Which one is your best in the trilogy? For me, it's probably Pearl, MaXXXine, then X. But it could change to MaXXXine and Pearl. But X, I think, will always be the last one.